What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
A lot of submissions have been made by the applicants as well as the respondents. What do you make of today's proceedings?
Well, what I make is that I think both parties did what was required of them. They made their submissions. Our side, we made our submissions. That the thrust of our argument is that President Lungu's remains must be repatriated to Zambia, and we have a state funeral there because he deserves it as a former president for 7 years, that he will be buried there as well. Those were our arguments, and I think the lawyers argued very well. The family for President Lungu also, their desire, their submissions was that he must be buried in South Africa. But at the end of the day, what you could see as the elephant in the room was about the current president, President Hakainde Hichilema. Their thrust was that he must not preside over. Now, the argument in the court was, what is presiding? Because according to the program, according to what they had, the parties had put in draft, was that the church service or the funeral, the burial, would be presided over by Bishop Alec Banda. And so even the court was asking, so what is presiding? And I think the court might make a decision on what presiding is. And so far, so good. The parties have made their arguments, and the court has reserved judgment to either tomorrow but the court was emphatic that on or before Friday, judgment should be ready. So we are happy with the proceedings, and I'm also happy with the conduct of the parties. There were many people, yes, who came just to listen to the case. But it's a good case also for the kind of our jurisprudence in Southern Africa and Africa as a whole, maybe, and internationally in the whole world. That after this, maybe countries should start considering legislating on what happens when a president dies. For us as Zambia, we have the law. People are asking, is there a piece of legislation that describes or provides for how a former president can be dealt with when they die? For Zambia, yes, we have the Kaweche Kaunda case. That's law. People think law is only pieces of legislation. Precedents are also law. So in Zambia, we have the law that says public interest overrides the private interests of the family. So when you become president, be ready to be, if you were to die, whether as the sitting president or former president, the Zambian situation is that you are buried by the state, and everything is done by the state. But why we are here, it's because our former president died while he was here being given medical attention. He died in South Africa. So the challenge has been, do we take him to Zambia? Initially, the parties were saying, yes, let's take him to Zambia. But at the last minute, the family decided that he must be buried here. But again, as I mentioned at first, the elephant in the room, or the big issue, is about the current president not attending the funeral. They said not near the casket. Really, I don't know. They claim that's what the president, the late, indicated. But what even the court was asking that did the deceased president make his wish that he wanted to be buried in Zambia? And the answer was yes. So who is saying he shouldn't be buried in Zambia? The first respondent is the one who has made a decision. But again, of course, she could have made that decision because the law here in South Africa says the next of kin. Yeah, so it's looking at what the law says here.
Is this something that the Zambian government will be okay with, let's say, the court rules that his body be repatriated and the current president not presiding the funeral?
Well, reading between the lines, I think the court itself indicated that the court can't make decisions of what should happen in Zambia. The court has no jurisdiction to start giving nitty-gritty directions of what should happen in Zambia. So it has been made very clear as to what, and the court even brought it out, said, so it's about, if it's about the current president not attending or not coming near the casket, go and make the application, go and sue in Zambia. That is what is here, that is the position.
Lastly, AG, before we let you go, if the decision won't be in the Zambian government's favor, are we going to see an appeal?
That I can't say, because it's not me who is going to appeal, it's the other side. And if it's against the Zambian government, again, I can't say, it doesn't matter. What is important is what will the court be saying in its judgment. The court can be saying things which maybe are not part of what was said. Sometimes courts can say anything. So we can't start strategizing to appeal or not to appeal because we don't know what the court will say. So we hope for the best. And so far, so good. The proceedings were good. Both sides, I think they should be happy, both sides. At least they have been heard. What is important always is that a party is heard. And both parties have been heard. And so we thank the court for having given us and the other side the opportunity.
Thank you so much, AG, for having an interview with us on No Time Newsroom.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, AG. Last update for this News 24. I hope you can see
so that you can make our witness.
check. Hi, Michelle, yes, I can hear you. Hi, Michelle. I can hear you. They're not getting my mic. They should be getting. Do you have it now? Channel 2. Do you guys have it now? Is it fine? Channel 2, Channel. Yeah. Channel says that's fine. No. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, well. And we're pressed for time. Sure, it's fine. It's fine. Sharp, sharp. Okay. That's good. You're fine with the mic. The division of the High Court here in Pretoria has reserved its judgment on the matter involving the Zambian government and the family of the former president of Zambia, Mr. Lunga. Well, both parties had it all to do today to really try to convince the South African High Court in terms of what really must happen to the remains of the former president. Well, the family says that there was never an agreement between the two parties, and the Zambian government says that there was an agreement. But also they are saying that according to their own law, the interest of the public must override the wishes of the family. I'm joined now by someone who speaks and who initiated the reasoning process, Attorney General of the Zambian government. Said, thank you very much for your time. It's been almost 2 months now. Talk to me about
Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.